Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We should head to the Heart of Mystery just to have a quick peek there. The lands of Yath Watch is being besieged by an enemy, huh? That was abrupt. Also went to yellow there, probably because of the siege. I suspect that'll put us back at green. Yes. Banner of Defense. So I think we need to start taking out these demon armies down here. South Army 2, you're still there. Can you go there? Maybe here? Good. And we can continue. We are fatigued. Let's recruit these troops. Then dismiss them. And pop into the Heart of Mystery. I don't think it's very important that we're fatigued just here. Also, I think only 2 of them are fatigued. It would be Olgif and Darren. Yeah, so Sela,
we will win this war.
Lay your hands on Wolgif. Make him non-fatigued.
I'll go ahead.
There's the entrance. I don't think there's anything outside of it, but have a look. Nah, there's nothing. I also don't think there's a combat inside. We can't really do much here currently, but needed to visit due to a quest. And this. No. So that was one of those slab chests, but apparently it is.
I know the way.
The Heart of Mystery will open only to the one who is most worthy. Secret knowledge must be earned. Can you reach the end? Will you become the first amongst many? A translucent figure appears out of thin air. His voice is monotonous and indifferent, and her face is hidden behind a mask. The secrets of creation lie before you. Find this keyhole. The key is in your hands, but to open the door to the secrets beyond, you will have to solve 5 puzzles. 4 out of 5 you will find far away from here. Search, seek, and observe to reveal what is hidden. Reach the core of the riddle, touch the forgotten secrets, acquire the legacy of the ancients, and pierce the final veil. Bring the key you hold there and solve the puzzles. And then return here to the Heart of Mystery and face the final challenge. If you succeed, you will prove that you are the worthiest of all mortals. The secrets of the universe will be revealed to you, and you will know the meaning of everything that exists. You will see the past and present, and even the future will not escape your piercing gaze. You will become the universe. 42. I've seen people like you in the nameless ruins. Translucent figure remains silent. Your map is obviously outdated. You must complete 5 puzzles. Sure? Who are you? Final challenge, only the worthiest first. Among many 5 puzzles, you'll become the universe. The translucent figure vanishes in. So I'm sure you all remember the puzzles we had earlier. They get a little bit more complicated as time passes. And as this proves. Elven notes, so the storyteller was here as well. Okay, we need to go back to Dresden. Sadly, I cannot easily teleport us all the way down here again, which is a bit of a pain. Then again, we do need days to pass, so... not a huge issue. There are other things that we need to look at down here. Fouled barrows. Seems to be the only one actually that is an actual thing for us to go to. Let's teleport back to Dresden. Commander, the woman entering the room is horribly wounded. Her simple clothes are soaked with blood, her face has been beaten to a pulp, and one arm is twisted at an unnatural angle. She walks toward you, but her legs give out and she falls to the floor. Commander, it's Ember. Ember's been taken. Somebody, help, she's wounded. One of the soldiers helps your guest up and hands her a healing potion. The woman drinks it and sighs with relief. She still looks terrible, but at least her wounds are no longer bleeding and she's standing on her own 2 feet. Thank you, Commander, but don't waste time on me. I don't deserve your kindness. You must save Ember. Ember, what's wrong with her? Baphomet cultists came to her sermon. They slaughtered everyone and took her off to their unholy shrine to sacrifice her. I can tell you where it is. I'm begging you, hurry before they do something to her. How exactly do you know where the Shrine of Baphomet is? You're very perceptive, Commander. The woman lowers her head, stops for a moment, and then forces herself to continue, looking you straight in the eye. I didn't come here only to tell you about Ember's abduction, but also to surrender to the law. Arrest me for treason. I am a cultist of Baphomet, and it is my fault that Ember was taken. Why are you helping me if you're a cultist? I regret what I did. That doesn't absolve me of my guilt, but at least I could do some good before I accept my punishment. Tell me more about your cult. I was recruited a few months back. Came to the city to work on a construction site. Was alone, with no friends and no money. Met some nice people in the tavern. Her beaten face twists into a grimace. We spent some good times together and they were always willing to help me in any way they could. Didn't let me borrow money and never ask for it back. I'd found friends. Then they started saying things about unfairness in the army, that Galfrey's a tyrant and you're her executioner, that fighting cultists is just slaughtering innocent people who see things a different way. I felt like something was off, but they were my friends. Well, it didn't even take 2 months before I was kissing the hoof of Baphomet's statue in his shrine and swearing an oath to his warlord Thasgarod. Break Baphomet's profane altar, destroy his cult, and punish me in front of everyone as an example to the rest. Thasgarod? Who is that? A very powerful demon. I've only seen him once and I almost died of fear. He is huge and he breathes fire and devours human souls. There's an entire army of Templars at his command. Why did you end up at Ember's sermon? First I stayed away from her sermons, but the cult leaders kept a close eye on her. People flocked to her. Cultists dreamed of poaching her congregation and maybe even luring her to their side too. When she started saying prayers for the demon lords, we thought it would be easy to entice them to our side. But we underestimated her. 5 spies, including me, infiltrated her congregation, and when the other cultists came for her, all 5 of us took up arms to protect her from them. Ember said prayers for demon lords? That can't be true. You didn't know? She's a true saint. I don't know what else to call her. She was offering up prayers for all the demon lords. Baphomet, Descari, Nocticula, Cabriri, asking that they come to their senses and end this war and stop hurting people. She believes there is good in everyone, even in creatures who are evil incarnate. I don't know if anyone can make demons come to their senses, but she can do it with people. How could I keep hurting crusaders after I, along with the others, appealed to Baphomet's better nature? How could I ask him to repent, and not repent myself? I see. Well, I've decided what to do with you. I will humbly accept your decision, whatever it may be. Go wherever you want. I don't care. Thank you, Commander. You have been kinder to me than I deserve, but that is exactly what Ember teaches us to do. I will do anything to keep others from falling into the cult's web, and you, please save our little saint. He bows and leaves. See the point of executing her, nor imprisoning her. Commander, I am glad to report that the reorganization of our army is practically complete. The counterattack and the capture of Khorramzade's citadel will serve as a vivid demonstration of our increased military strength. But before we set out, I strongly advise that our officers are informed of the tactical approach we're going to follow on the battlefield from now on. Apart from good soldiers and generals, an army needs a doctrine that states how it intends to win future battles. Personally, I would support a cautious, balanced tactic of attrition based on a defensive style of warfare. A decisive cavalry charge is the best tactic I know. The demons are bloodthirsty, but they're not too eager to die for their cause. If we were to daze them with a powerful strike and shake their confidence, they would choose running for their lives over a selfless stand. Cannot change the fact that our warriors lack the demons' individual might, but our discipline and chain of command are superior. The best way to use it is to maintain a tight formation. We move the foot soldiers up front, withstand the enemy's blow, then perform a quick and crushing counterattack. That is how the Taldan Phalanx won their battles, and that is how we will prevail as well. No matter what bright ideas the general has, no matter what strategies they may devise in advance, in battle a soldier must know how to react. If I were in charge, I would give my officers freedom to act on their own initiative instead of hammering particular tactics into their heads. I want to know more about Khorramzade's stronghold. Storm's Peak is a mountain fortress built by the demon's minions. Khorramzade chose the location of his base of operations wisely. Not only is it well protected, it provides convenient attack routes that threaten all the neighboring territories, including Dresden. They breed the most vicious battle beasts in its depths. The dungeons are always filled with captives, and the cellars are so vast they could feed a demon army of practically any size for years. Why can't we use multiple tactics at once? To train the troops to follow a new tactic, we must drill it into their heads, make them remember it better than their own names. If we try to teach our soldiers conflicting tactics, dissonance will inevitably ensue in the heat of battle. Alas, it is wiser to sacrifice a diversity of options in favor of uniformity in action. All trainable cavalry units gain the charge ability. Infantry units gain the charge ability. Independence feat. And tough feat. We'll let our officers use their initiative in battle. An army where the commanders don't try to force their so-called wisdom on their soldiers and instead let them use their own heads. That's unheard of. The Grey Boy looks on contentedly as Captain Odan grinds his teeth. Well, I believe the military council has reached a decision on all the necessary reforms. All that's left is to put our army to the test, the siege of Storm's Peak. The battle will show us the worth of all the work we've done. Captain Odan's voice quivers nervously on these last words, and for an instant his mask of composure cracks. Seeing you take notice, he shoots you a look of warning that says, "Not now." I guess that's a decree. Kind of guessing this is his army since it has 3 Baelors. Go with this army and no, they don't have any movement. But what we'll do then is just click skip day. Planning on doing that anyways, so okay. Let's get rid of that army. Go. This errand is complete. Leveled up as well. Game magic, I see. The arrival of an archaeologist. The archaeologist Lathimus has arrived in Dresden and seeks an audience with the leader of the Crusaders to propose an interesting adventure. Okay. Storm's Peak, the stronghold of the fierce Crusade, has been captured and destroyed to the ground. The mighty Baelor and his army will no longer be able to threaten Dresden from this location. Crusade opted to avoid a fight, leaving the citadel in the last moments of the battle, but there's no doubt that he will attempt to avenge such an affront. Then we have the fate of the dirty Squealer. A wizard with a dark past and fearsome reputation claims to be familiar with the rituals of the Omoxes who serve the demon lord Jubilex. He will extract a crimson shard of mica to replace the eye of a mud golem captured in the battle and place it on the commander's gear. If all goes well, the power hidden in the stone will flow into the item onto which it is placed. It is necessary to decide what kind of item it will be. We have a belt, which I do not want to take, so we'll take the amulet because that affects the grease spell. Now, it's 3 days until the pillar is done. Guess we can just go through these. We're done with the diplomatic council, aren't we? Yes. Boost to level 5 on leadership and logistics. We only had dragon units. Go through these one by one. Okay. It's time to get rid of some of these demon armies down here as well. You. have to edit that army because too few infantry units. Another Master of Maneuver rank, good. Quick, nice and easy. We've found Claws of a Sacred Beast. There we go. Here we found Wicked Dope. Okay. Also leveled up. Experienced Traveler, yes. Definitely Experienced Traveler. Sound effects. Sometimes I wonder when they record these types of sound effects how they're able to keep their faces straight. Got a new army here. This is the final fortress. You know what? We're just gonna take it. I can't remember that the banner of morale went down, and I probably went for at least a month without capturing a fortress in my playthrough. Here are those big ones, and then the dretch. Go. Level up. Master of Maneuver 3. Take out that army as well. Not sure where this road is leading, to be honest. There's 3 armies over here. That is a lot of air elementals. That is a lot of dead air elementals, to be more specific. If an angel can fall, does that mean a demon can ascend? Well, Please don't tell me that I have to reload. Did a lot of damage down the ranks. Did all of them replenish? No, we lost 8. 8 marksmen, but that's fine. And we found the ancient map of Sarkoris. This is a skeleton army. Camp on the ferry. We want to build stuff there. We don't need a citadel, but a watchtower would be nice. Maybe also a garrison barracks and an archery range. And a supply center. Have I built stuff at all of our outposts, I wonder? Let me just check that. As far as I could see, yes, we have. Okay, so that's the Crusade management done with. We have captured all the fortresses and defeated all of the armies, so now we'll only have to deal with roaming armies that come to attack us. No idea what that does to our experience points. Who's this? Oh, it's Lathimus. An older man in dusty travelling clothes waves at you. His face is tanned, but his grey eyes are bright. Commander? Aren't you the commander? Well met. My name is Lathimus the Antiquarian. I study ancient relics. Perhaps you've heard of me, though if you haven't, it doesn't matter. An antiquarian? Do you sell anything? Lathimus shrugs. Alas, I don't. They call me the Antiquarian because of my love for ancient items that might otherwise seem mundane and useless. Few understand the principles of archaeology. Sometimes even a shard from an old oil lamp is enough to shine a light on the darkness of history. I've never heard of you. I don't chase glory. It is enough for me to know that I bring knowledge to the peoples of Golarion. Some have used my discoveries to earn fame and fortune, but I remain a simple antiquarian. What do you want from me? I am planning a rather dangerous expedition, and I will need the help of a strong, skilled warrior. Not without recompense, of course. I found an ancient map leading to a certain cave system, a dragon burial ground. But it wasn't merely a place where old dragons came to die. I have a theory that once upon a time a great battle took place in these caves and many relics and artifacts were left behind. If you're waging a long and difficult war... help me uncover the secrets of the dragon burial ground, and I will give you all my savings. Believe me, I've earned a lot during my years of travel. All I need is for someone to clear the way down into the caves. Who knows what sort of demons inhabit that place now? I'd like to know the details. Of course, I will answer any questions you may have. Why do you want me to get personally involved? You could just ask me to send an armed escort with you on this expedition. Lathimus looks around. Don't think I'm trying to disparage them, but they are ordinary soldiers after all. What if we discover treasure down below? Will they resist the allure of gold for the sake of science? Will they keep our expedition a secret, even if my competitors promise them huge sums of money? No, I'm sorry, but I will only rely on someone who is trusted by the Queen. Where did you get this map of the Dragon Burial Ground? I bartered it from a ranger in exchange for an amulet. The ranger wasn't keen on going deeper into the Worldwound, and I doubt he even understood how valuable this map might be for science. I dare say he made a poor bargain. Tell me more about your theory. I'm interested in dragon history, from the days of Apsu and the creation of Dahak up to now. But dragons are reclusive creatures, and they don't enjoy discussing their history with strangers. Sure, we know about many historical conflicts involving dragons, but as for large-scale battles between dragons, we prefer to keep quiet about those, and thus we historians remain in the dark. And then suddenly I find a map that identifies this cave system and its surrounding area as a dragon burial ground. But mass burial sites are so uncharacteristic of their kind. Dragons are reclusive by nature, both in life and in death. I assume an ancient battlefield awaits us there. But who fought whom and for what cause? This is what we have to find out. Can you imagine? We could discover a brand new, hitherto unknown page of history. Apsu, Dahak, who are they? Apsu is known as the god of metallic dragons. In the dawn of time he was born from the purest waters, and together with his dreaded spouse, whose name I am afraid to say, he sired many creatures in a multitude of worlds. His kingdom lies far beyond this world, among flying islands and wandering stars. Dahak, his proud and fearless son, was one of the first dragon gods. He chose the path of destruction instead of creation. He settled in hell, founding his own kingdom of flames and agony. Dahak fought alongside his father and the other gods to defeat Rovagug, yet after the battle he swore that one day he would return and destroy Apsu once and for all. He still dwells in his hellish palace, finding new ways to wreak havoc on Golarion. Such is his uncontrollable nature. What do you hope to find in this burial ground? I seek evidence that a raging battle was fought there, and perhaps also evidence of the reasons for such a conflict. Dragons would not gather together for such a large battle over some petty, inconsequential feud. Oh no, they must have had a serious reason, and that perhaps is the biggest mystery of all dragonkind. I've heard enough. And what is your decision? Fine, I'll help you. Splendid. Lathimus smiles, but the smile doesn't reach his observant grey eyes. I shall immediately head for the cave entrance and await you there. I think I can handle this part of the journey, but as for the dangers that wait down below, I fear I know nothing about them. The name Lathimus sometimes appears in tracts about the history of dragons, but the commander has had the privilege of meeting the scholar in person. So we got a new location on the map. What I want to do now, though, is to actually skip days. To finish the decrees. Okay, so we got that one now. Got that one. We also got strengthening the chain of command, which I assume is leadership level up. And then the dirty Squealer. Yeah, so the only thing we lack now is logistics. We can do the chain of command. So issue that, skip day. And then we need to talk to the council. Commander, permission to report. Captain Harmatan looks worried. The army's disposition is growing dangerous. More and more soldiers express their distrust towards you and your mythical powers. They grumble in their lack of understanding of where you are leading them and what your plan is. What's worse, the wary have once again emerged among the officers. They are adding fuel to the fires of sedition, and we've already had cases of direct insubordination. Have to win back the trust of the soldiers forthwith, or else the army will be paralyzed. Some privates have already refused to march into battle. I suggest that we make your strategy clear by setting up a bulletin board. It could have a new statement with your name on it every week, and every 2 weeks you could invite delegates from your soldiers to ask any questions they may have. Feels like the soldiers are discouraged and dismayed. We should embolden them by reminding them that the Crusade is about more than just death and danger. This is a time of camaraderie and valor too. Maybe we could adorn the city with an inspiring monument or two, the kind that lifts your spirits whenever you walk by. Soldiers have the right to ask their generals questions, but they have no right to disobey orders simply because their curiosity isn't being satisfied. They are committing sabotage, and the penalty for sabotage is court-martial. We'll build new taverns for our soldiers and pour them free beer on the commander's behalf. That's the easiest way to win their love. The wary again, I thought we took care of that problem. Not completely, apparently. Captain makes a helpless gesture. We haven't yet solved the main issue. Far too many officers still believe that the Queen herself should be in charge of the Crusade. No matter how many feats you've achieved, they still consider you an upstart. We'll have to do something about them soon, but the unrest among the soldiers is the most pressing matter at hand. 38. What do you think of the wary? They are your comrades in arms, after all. I knew we were going to fail that. Can I... 3 days, 13 hours. I'm kind of worried that if I reload this... but I want to reload that. Get monument. Gallows. Tavern. Or bulletin board. Going to go with the monument. Sela, see to the construction of the monuments. Will do. I hope this will help in some way. I save the game here. Okay, so I think we can actually load this. That might be when I clicked skip day. Right, it's the beginning of the conversation. How perfect. Okay. Succeeded. I think of them as traitors, Commander. Armatan replies quickly and firmly, but his expression darkens for a moment. What is it exactly that my soldiers find worrying? Your mythical powers. Yes, they do secure us one victory after another, but even the most loyal troops raise questions from time to time. They wonder, what are you? Are you mortal, like the rest of us? Or perhaps an emissary from the outer spheres? And if so, then which ones? Are you truly fighting for Crusaders' cause, or do you have your own ulterior motives? All of this paves the way for endless speculation. We'll still go with the monuments. Okay. Decreases 1 day until the pillar is done. We need a little bit more logistics experience. I think I'll do the final skip day in the next episode. This will be a sub-episode, so At least I'm pretty sure it's a sub-episode. Trade management and stuff like that. So we'll do the skip. We'll do the skip day at the beginning of the next episode, and then we'll see what our dear teacher, Zacharias, has to tell us. Probably nothing good. And again, I never expect him to say anything good to us. For now, if you do have any questions and or comments, then please do feel free to leave those in the comment section below the video, of course. And thank you all for joining me. I hope to see you all in the next episode.